Boris Johnson is a unique politician in many ways because he connects with people across the social and economic spectrum. He entered Downing Street, the home of the Prime Minister of Great Britain, in 2019 as a hero. And I think everyone believed at that moment he would be Prime Minister for up to 10 years. He would be a two-term Prime Minister because no one could imagine that he would destroy his own success. But that's what he did. And the question is why? Just after he won the election, I said that he would make a terrible mistake because he had brought into his office the same people who had run the mayor's office in London. And Boris didn't understand that running Britain, running a country, was very different to running a city. His second problem was that he married his girlfriend. He married his mistress, Carrie Simmons, now Carrie Johnson. And that was the most fatal mistake he could make. She moved into Downing Street and she constantly interfered in government. She constantly interfered with the ministers and with the aides. But one terrible, fatal error was to force the exclusion of his chief of staff, a man called Dominic Cummings. Dominic Cummings had been the architect of Boris's success. Once he was ousted, Cummings launched a revenge attack to depose Boris. And with that, he succeeded. He leaked all sorts of damaging material, and that destabilized Boris. And in the end, Cummings was successful. Boris Johnson fell because of his lies. Why did he lie? Why did he lie about the most extraordinary, obvious issues? Like, did he know that a certain minister was a groper who attacked the other men? The reason Boris Johnson lied was, again, his childhood. His father constantly beat up his mother. His father had constant affairs, whether with nannies or whoever, and lied about it always and got away with it. So Boris grew up seeing that you could lie and get away with it. And lying became the way to survive and to prosper because his father did have success as well. Boris fell because another of his great weaknesses is that he's a loner. He's a man who has no friends and always relied both on his wife and his mistress to give him moral, intellectual, and especially emotional support. Astonishingly, there are at the moment 11 people trying to become Boris Johnson's successor. It is the most astonishing race because more than half of them have no hope at all. In fact, I say 2/3 of them. They are a mixture. And what is particularly interesting is that the majority are non-whites. They're Asians or Kurds, Muslims, Hindus, but not white men. All I can tell you is it's unpredictable. Nobody can tell. The outright favorite at the moment is Rishi Sunak, a very clever former Chancellor of the Exchequer, an Indian. He's married to a very, very rich Hindu. It is always natural in these competitions that the favorite fails to win. It is very difficult to sustain the popularity over the next 6 weeks of the competition. So it is an open race. The only factor in favor of whoever wins the Tory party's nominee and becomes Prime Minister is the Labour Party. The competition, the Socialist Party, is led by a very, very unimpressive, unimaginative, boring lawyer called Keir Starmer. And so who has no real popularity above even Boris Johnson at this stage.